Check this out, man. I'm gonna hang this pole right here, give you the best tips and tricks so that you can minimize wastage, save yourself some time, and feel like a professional drywaller when you're showing your girlfriend the project you're doing in the garage that's been taking 25 years to get done. This is a big wall, 6 meters long. We got a little piece right here. We got another little piece right there. We got another little piece over there. Australia, the plasterboard is 6 meters long. So we got a big piece on the very top. Of course, at the very top, you need to know exactly what you're gonna do up there. For me, I'm gonna put crown molding, so the gap you're seeing at the very top doesn't matter for you American people out there. Don't stress. If it's crown molding, gap doesn't really matter. If you're gonna tape that corner, then you need to be very tight. So if you're not sure what you're gonna do in the future, highly recommend you hang tight anyways. I know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna do whatever I want. Make sure you like, follow, comment, subscribe. I've got glue right here that's been sitting outside in a 39-degree weather, so it's kind of drying. So somehow we gotta be quick. Also, I got a confession. I do not have an official glue stick, so we got a stick or a piece of wood like this, and that's what we're gonna use to glue it. A bit difficult, but we'll get the job done. Here's the thing. You wanna start with the bottom, but if I was gonna start with the square set, I'll start with the top. So I'll start with the big piece first, hang it tight, but here, start with the bottom. Plug it on that wall, come over here, 27.45. That's time measurement, there's nothing there except for the door. Now, we're in Australia and this is what we have to do. We cannot leave the plastic board touching the ground, right? There's some rules and regulation, earthquake, the world's gonna end soon, so we have to prepare, making sure that the plaster is above the ground, so when the building starts to move, it moves as a one piece. If it's touching the concrete and it starts to move, somebody in the science committee said that everything might crack and the house might fall down on your head. So put blocks on the ground to be safe. That makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Come with me. Hook the tape on this end and cut it. Listen, I'm not gonna walk you out and cut plasterboard. That's not that video. Now, depending on how strong you're feeling today, I feel very strong. It's Monday. I feel energized. I had a long weekend. Feel fantastic. You can lift the plasterboard by yourself or you can get a helping hand. It's a bit windy too. Gonna sit it on, make sure it's tight there. Gonna make sure you're on the bottom, you're on your block, you pushed it back, the internal is good. And then we're gonna screw it using this nice QT. Oh, this video is not sponsored by QT, by the way. Don't stress about that. At the door, I usually pull one. I'm gonna get rid of my blocks now. Look, no longer needed. Oh, that should be okay there. Don't stress too much about little things in life. Then we'll continue screwing it. 1350. I'm gonna put one here, and I'm gonna put another one here. For those people wondering, maybe he didn't put enough screws in the center. Different countries, different rules. Depends on where you are. I usually like to think that the more screws, the better, but in this case, it's not really true. The glue is gonna hold the plasterboard more than the screws would. But you could be somewhere like in Japan, right? A lot of earthquakes over there. You probably need more screws and more glue. You could be in the US where you don't even use glue. I don't know, bro. Depending on where you are, if you wanna be more safe and sorry, by all means, put a little glue on it, put a little screws on it. But this is what I do. I'm gonna take these screws out a couple of days from now when the glue is dry, but I only put those 2 screws to push the plaster until the glue dries, if that makes sense. Whether you're a homeowner, handyman, and you hire a drywaller to come do your drywalling, don't ever get it confused. You can never save money by having a bunch of joints because you don't want to waste plasterboard or drywall. That's not saving money. So it's better for you to go a full piece end to end if you can have a big enough piece to fit. It's better to go full all the way than have little joints. Those little joints are going to crack, and when they crack, they're gonna crack your bank account. You might not feel it today, but you will feel it later on. So it's better to just do it once, do it right, get it done, easy, move out, and sell the house to somebody before it cracks. All right, come with me, come take this out. 6 minutes. See that? That's how I get most of my back problems. Okay. At some point, you're gonna find yourself in a situation like this where you're sweating because it's actually very hot right now. Okay? Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, hanging plasterboard. Here we go. So we got a big piece on like this, massive, real strong man lifting big plasterboard. Nothing, nothing crazy, just normal day. And we got a joint over here. Now, the reason why we start with the bottom piece, or why we might start with the top piece first, is because we can always lift things to it. The ground might not be level or the ceiling might not be level. So now I want to make sure that our rebase close. If it lifts up a little bit, maybe the ground was not level, the joint opens up. That's bad for business. If it goes down, the joints open up on this side. I need to talk to him and be like, yo, go up or down until we have a nice, clean, fully filled, push down joint like this. So when it's like that, that means this piece is sitting nice and straight as much as possible. That means I can put my other pieces on the side, nice and easy. This might not seem like a big deal, but trust me, if you ever come across a situation like this, do exactly what I've done, and I guarantee you, I'll save you a little bullshit. I'm happy there, so I'm gonna screw it. I know he's very strong, but I don't trust him, so I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna take a screw over here. Now he can let go and it won't go anywhere. I trust myself, but I'm gonna put a screw over here though, alright? Of course, you screw it, screw the bottom, screw the sides, screw the tops. But I've got better things to do than do that, so he's gonna do that later on. But I'll show you something before I get too crazy and too ahead of myself. Because I haven't hung drywall in a long time, my saw is kind of blunt and dead. It has been mistreated. Like this. But usually if I'm hanging a lot of drywall, this tip over here is usually sharp. I'm gonna get my grinder with a nice metal blade, and I'm gonna sharpen this tip here like it used to be. It's kind of dead, but we'll make it a little bit more sharper real quick. Probably can't see it again, but I can see it, and that's what that matters, okay? Nice and sharp, like it used to be. I'm gonna come behind over here. This is what we do. I'm gonna get the sharp here. I'm gonna come along that door. And because it's sharp, it should be able to cut it nice and easy. Now come over here, do the same thing to this door over here. Take this out, cut it. Look how sharp it is. Shout out the homeboy that showed me this tip. And now we're gonna saw this door. You can use fancy tools like drywall cutout bits and stuff like that. You could, or you can use a saw. Cheaper, okay? A lot of people don't have fancy stuff. I got it, but I won't use it for your sake, because I care about you, okay? Now we're gonna saw this door like this. Following this timber here until we get to the bottom of the door, like that. All right, bottom of that timber. We're gonna continue that here too. Whoa! It's the best part and the best part, because we got the back, we can easily now snap it like that, and then we just cut it using our saw again. Put it up. Let it snap, and then we got our door cut. Nice and easy, fast. Less nonsense you gotta deal with. Put a screw here. I know you guys might be asking, how come you're not chucking a bunch of screws on that door? I know you were, so I'm gonna answer it. Here's the reason why. They're gonna put trimming or aqua trim around this door here. I'm gonna put a door in, they'll make the door look fancy. And when they do that, they put a lot of nails around the door to hold that trimming or aqua trim. I don't know what you call it, doesn't really matter to me. I'm a plasterer, right? And when you do that, you're gonna push the plaster in a little bit more. So yeah, I don't need to waste my screws, even though it's probably like 3 screws, 6. But when you times it with a bunch of doors and windows, it's kind of like a strip of screws, right? And these days you can afford even one screw, like to screw up your bank account. Now here's the best part. When we're done doing that bit right there, we're gonna do this section here. I'll show you a little quick tip. I've been told by the drywall government that a lot of people don't have the tools necessary to do what I do every day. Understandable. If you do a house, maybe a couple of rooms here and there, you're not exactly gonna have an arsenal of tools, okay? I get it, I understand. That's why today I'm using a piece of stick like this, because I can't afford a glue knife, all right? So I'm on the same side as you guys, right? Inflation is hitting, bank account's low, so make sure you subscribe. Maybe YouTube or Facebook might hook me up, all right? This is what you do. So maybe you don't have a T-square and you gotta do all this fancy weed shit to cut the plasterboard. Bad for business. Takes forever. And now you're backwards, right? Remember what I said before? All we gotta do now is lift up to pin like this. So get the big piece. I'm gonna lift it up. Make sure it's tight. Push it up. Good. Right. Come back over here. Lift it up here too. Finish good. I don't want to measure it and scribe it and cut it, right? So I want to come from behind again, because I like coming from behind the thing. So I got that. Like that right there, right? I'm going to come back on this side and do this. And finish it off. Nice and easy. Grab this piece now. Get it here, and repeat the same thing I just done over there. And we cut the same back. Little gap will get covered. Yeah, that's a wrap. That's pretty much all the tips you need to know how to hang a big ass wall like this, man. Listen, I care about you. I love you, you know, as friends. Okay. And that's how we hang it. All the best tips and tricks you need to know in order to make it easy for yourself, less work, fast. You saw me work while I talk, right? So imagine if I was in my full force working with no camera behind me and I'm just in my zone right there. I'll do that very quick, you know, fast and easy. Easy one joint here, not a lot of stuff in the middle, no big deal. Add a little joint there. It'll take me 5 minutes to take. Easy, finish it off, you know. Square say at the top, nah. I'm gonna put some money at the top, make that look fancy as well. So don't worry about that gap, berry, because I know how it is. Nah, I get it, trust me. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it for like 1,000 years. It's okay, right? But then you have my G, man. I appreciate you. Make sure you like it. If you want me to make a little bit more tutorials like this, where I give you tips and tricks that you need to know that you might come across in the future if you're ever doing drywalling and stuff, man. Sound like I'm rapping, but I'm not. I'm just talking about my drywalling speed. That's how we do it, man. Thank you. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, comment, share. Tell me what you think. I appreciate you, my G. Thank you. Adios and peace out.